right? We are live once again. Same thing as always and stuff. When you come in here, give me a give me an audio check. Let me know everything's good. Go ahead and get into today's topic. Phone did some upgrading and stuff. So, like I said, when you come in here, just give me a let me know my audio and stuff is good, and we'll go ahead and break into it. We got to get the default settings and stuff done up here. Come on, thing. Okay. All right. Go ahead and break into it and stuff. I guess I haven't been doing a lot of lives, last couple weeks and stuff. My lives have been kind of spontaneous and stuff. Where I usually would do it like on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday and stuff. And so, um, everything is okay and stuff as far as the trucking circuit is concerned. It's just, well, now, um, like I spoke in videos recently and stuff. My wife, she drives trucks too now, so um, it's been a real big transition and stuff. Between me and her and stuff like that and stuff. And so she driving trucks now, and I got to watch the house a little bit more and stuff like that. So me and her was talking, and like I said, I was totally against the whole process and stuff of her getting a license and driving trucks and stuff like that, cause um, me personally and stuff, I say, a lot of the heavy lifting has been done. Me and her been together for me and her been together and stuff over 15 years. We've been together for over 15 years and stuff, and so I've been driving 18 years. So she called me, me and her started dating and stuff. She called me right when I was in the midst of my truck driving career and stuff. And so now with 18 years in the game and stuff, one of the things that I asked was, "What's your plan? What's your plan and stuff as far as like getting your CDLs and stuff like that?" Cause I made a lot of other investments and stuff prior to her getting her licenses. So what I said was, 10 years ago, I needed your help 10 years ago. But now, 18 years in, um, three trucks, three trailers later and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, wow, I want to go get my CDL stuff and, help you in your business. When that wasn't even the plan and stuff. The plan was to do other things and stuff like that. That's why I invested very heavily, because you came to me with you came to me with your portfolio saying that this is the way to go and stuff, and if I get into this, then if I get into this and stuff, then with all, I could be able to do this, that, or whatever and stuff. And so, I heavily invested into it and stuff, and as of yet, I haven't seen my return. Yeah, appreciate that, brother Aaron. Yeah, you be careful out there and stuff now, cause it's real now. It's real and stuff. I mean, I guess I don't have to remind you that either and stuff. That truck that you have, is that your permanent truck, or you just you slip seat, which means that you have it and then you'll get another truck next week. But that's why I really emphasize stuff about people saying, look, when you get into this industry, whatever it is that you get into, you got to have a plan. Because what happens a lot of times and stuff is that people sit there when they invest in you heavily, and then they don't see no return on the investment. See, it's very hard for you to turn back around and say, okay, well, yeah, I got another idea and stuff like that. And it was like, well, you sold me on the first idea, and I haven't seen no return. I haven't seen no return from that first investment. So um, it took me, it took me 18 years and stuff, to get to this position here and stuff. And so now it's like, well, okay, I look at you and what you do and stuff, and I think I can get to the level where you at in this short amount of time and stuff, where I can help you out in your business. What I'm saying is that, okay, again, 10 years ago when it was most effective, that's when I need your help and stuff. But now 18 years, equipment's almost paid for and stuff like that. And so, what is there left? I mean, seriously and stuff itself. Okay, well, yeah, this is something that I want to do and stuff. And so, if that's the case, then don't make excuses about, okay, this can benefit us, because it was never about us and stuff. It was just me. So, these things right here really what puts the relationship in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of always said that, um, any relationship you in, it's a business. It's a business deal. It's a business partnership. That's all it is. It's not. You know, there's very little emotion and stuff in it, but everything that you do consists of business. And so, when business is not doing what it's supposed to, or you got a bad partnership, then you're gonna be looking for, whether it's you or whether it's the other individual and stuff, they're gonna be saying, well, I'm gonna be looking for partnership elsewhere. So see, when a person can come up, and then they got a good presentation, we want to call it game and stuff like that, when, it ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just, it's a presentation. Whatever it is and stuff, whatever ordeal and stuff, even the sex thing, even with sex, it's a business, it's a business transaction. And so, when you keep yourself in that mindset, you see what I'm saying? That helps you down the road and stuff, when other things come up and say, well, look, it ain't got nothing to do with emotion, it's business. Cause if a person, if their presentation, right? If their presentation, if they can come up to your significant other and stuff, and based upon their presentation, they can say, well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll follow you. Then there's some things you got to look at. Like, number one, okay, maybe it's something that I'm doing on my end. Maybe it's something I'm doing on my end and stuff that's not solidifying the fact that what I'm moving towards and stuff is supposed to be something legit. That's why somebody can come up and stuff and say, well, they can say whatever they can, and a person can be swayed. If you can be easily swayed, so to speak, and stuff, then that means what you have is solidified. That's a business. Doesn't have nothing to do with emotion. So, you have to look at that very heavily and stuff too, and say, well, hey, listen, my stuff just ain't on point like this person is. And so, of course, when presenting a presentation or whatever and stuff, it's got to be strong. If you're talking about investing or whatever and stuff, it's got to be strong to a point to say, well, yeah, I can do it. Now, it's a lot of hustlers and stuff that's out here and everything, and so their key agenda is to it's to hustle. Say, well, my presentation, my PowerPoints is gonna be on, it's gonna be on point and stuff. But once I get what I get, then my initial goal is just to get whatever it is and stuff I need to get, and then I'll move on to the next thing. That thing there and stuff. So that just means that you got to be more firm, and stuff in your business. And understand that, yeah, it's a possibility that there are people out here and stuff that aren't genuine. They aren't genuine and stuff about what they say, and so it's all right. Well, you do your due diligence and your research and stuff, and it's something ain't too. If it's something too good to be true, then it usually is. So, and to make a long story short, that's just where I'm at and stuff. That's just where I'm at and stuff. And so, I'm like, I mean, it's just, um, unfortunately, when you caught in a situation where you're making key investments and stuff like that, you still got business you have to take care of and stuff. It's not as easy as just walking away and not having any kind of ramifications and stuff behind it. So anyone that tells you that, like, oh well, yeah, just get up and leave, you know, they're not thinking very logically and stuff like that. And again, it's a very easy thing to say because a lot of individuals themselves and stuff are not really faced with that situation. And if they were, then they would speak logically. It's not about just getting up and leaving and stuff like that. You got to make sure certain things and stuff are taken care of. So when you make business elsewhere, right, that the transition and stuff, man, will be a smooth one. If you got property, if you got houses and, you got houses, stuff like that. See, it ain't as easy as just saying, okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast it to the four winds and stuff like that, cause, especially if your name is involved in it, regardless of what people say, you know, your name is important. And if it's on that sheet of paper, regardless of, you know, whatever partnership status and stuff that you're in, then you're responsible for the financial obligations and stuff like that. So, you got to protect yourself in that situation there. So it's like, well, okay, I'll just go and get me another house, right? Okay, fine. Well, you still owe for this one right here and stuff, and the banks are going to be looking for, same thing with your properties and everything else and stuff that you have. They're going to be looking to you for payment, regardless of whatever's going on and stuff in your house emotionally. They're going to be looking to you specifically and saying, okay, where's our money? Based upon this contract that we got, this business transaction we got, saying that you're going to be responsible. So, there are some losses and stuff that you can take, of course, like, well, renting versus if you rent something versus buying something, you know, if you renting or leasing the stuff, then, just understand, if it doesn't do anything, for your credit, then it's not going to do anything to your credit. So, you know, you can walk away from this stuff and there's no repercussion behind it. you know, Other thing, people got children and stuff like that. Again, children are business. They're business. And so it's not as easy to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk away from the children and stuff like that. You got business you have to take care of. Cause if you don't take care of the business, then the business is gonna take care of you. Then you're gonna find, that's where people find themselves behind bars and, you know, having to pay all this child support and stuff like that and everything because these are people that don't handle their business like they're supposed to. You don't get if you don't understand something, you got to get yourself familiarized with it. You can't just say, "Oh well, shoot, I didn't know," and that's that and stuff. I mean, you got to get representation, which a lot of people and stuff don't. Which a lot of people don't do and stuff. They figure, okay, well, I'm gonna know everything and stuff about business, and you're not. And so, you got to get you some representation. Like people say, well, hey, I know how to do my own taxes, and then yeah, I know I do my own taxes in my business, and then now you're being audited and having to pay all this money because you don't understand the tax language. Even though the business and stuff is supposed to be universal, you don't understand certain languages and stuff that's in there. So that's where you go get your specialist to give you that literacy and stuff. And so, when you got it totally and completely under control, when you understand the laws and statutes and stuff that go on with things and can quote them, the real play-by-plays, when things get rolled out, you know what they are, you know what sites to go to and stuff and understand them. Now you have that literacy. And so, that's when you can deal with the comings and goings and stuff for that. You know, it's just like a lot of us lack financial literacy. A lot of us lack financial literacy and stuff. And so then we often criticize people who do understand financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, hey, I got a bank account. I have a bank account, and in this bank account, I got money, and I know how to, I know how to budget myself and stuff like that. Yeah, you understand some of the basics, but you don't have all of it. And so this is where you have to get with somebody, with people who dedicate themselves totally and completely to the craft of financial literacy. You know, this is all they do. This is their comings and going. This is how they make their money. You know, because again, you're not going to know everything in business. You're not going to be able to handle everything in business. You know, as much as we like to, you're not going to be able to handle everything and stuff. So it's good to bring this type of staff that's in there and say, well, listen, do you have this handled? You have this handled? You have this under control? Okay, yeah. And then, if you have any questions and stuff like that, well, okay, yeah, let me humble myself to understanding what they're saying and stuff so I don't make any kind of mistakes or whatnot, Um, but yeah, any and everything that you do and stuff, man, always consists of business. Everything, even your relationship. Even the relationships and stuff consist of business. Like, well, shoot, hey, um, I love this person. Yeah, okay, you love them, and that's good. You know, but are you gonna deal with the business aspect of things and stuff like that? And a lot of stuff that we see, we know they make bad partners. We know this and stuff, because they're like, well, some things and stuff about them are good, right? They make me feel good and stuff like that. But hey, so does a lot of these foods out here. A lot of these foods make you feel good too and stuff. When you hungry. But once your appetite has been satisfied and stuff, what do? You still keep on eating and say, well, okay, even though my appetite is satisfied, no. Say, well, okay, well, I'll consider coming back to this place later, right? If I'm in the area and so on and so forth. And so, we got to get that under control and stuff, the emotions and stuff like that. Emotions really don't have no place in business. It's just everything is business. Everything. Like, daggone, how can this person be, how can this person look me in my eye and say all these things to me, and then, then they turn around and do all this stuff there. This is a person that understands business. And one of the things about business is very shrewd. It's very shrewd, it's very cutthroat. You know, you on top of the world and stuff today, and then you at the bottom of the barrel tomorrow. Because people, when you focus on the emotion side of things and stuff and not your business, then people are typically fixated on the business side of things. That's why it's like, well, you hear about a lot of these divorces and stuff like that. A person come in with nothing. They ain't got no money, no nothing. And you got all the money and stuff like that, but you were fixated on finance, you were fixated on emotions and stuff like that, and then divorce and stuff comes, and now you done lost everything that you have because the other person was fixated on business. They know, okay, all right, once everything and stuff is in play, hey, once everything is in play, they go ahead and they got representation and stuff. They got all this representation and stuff like that, and you ain't got nothing. It's like, okay, yeah, they got all this representation, and you ain't got nothing. And then now you hit up at the last minute stuff. Okay, you gotta be in court next week when they've been planning what they've been planning stuff for months and probably even years. But because you was fixated on the emotion and not the business, You know, you didn't see all the comings and goings and stuff like that, all the writing on the wall and stuff like that. And so it's like now, you know, you got a week to prepare and stuff against a person who's been preparing and stuff for years and months. You know, so you can't win against something like that. Well, you know, this was going on, that's what's going on. You completely blindsided and stuff. And even if you get representation, they don't have enough time to have an understanding about your particular case. And this is where you wind up losing, because you know you was fixated on emotion and not business. You know, but yeah, everything is a business transaction. Like what the heck on? They was doing this stuff behind my back and everything. That's right. They were able to do these things because they was watching you, and when they was watching you, they see, well, hey, he's all emotional. You're all emotional and stuff like that. And they was about business. And so, you know, if you about business most of the time, then yeah, you have time to go and do things leisurely, you know. You can leisurely go into things and stuff like that because um, the business is taking care of itself. So you see, there's no, um, from what you can see and stuff based upon your representation or yourself having to understand about business that, well, there's nothing that's going to come up, you know, there's nothing that's going to come up and stuff that's going to affect my business overall, you know. So, okay, that's where you can go and take vacations and stuff like that because, you know, you don't get no phone call about, hey, man, um, got some bad news and stuff, you know, this is about to go down and that's about to go down and stuff like that. You know, you're like, hey, I can afford to take this amount of time and stuff off. You know, I'm able to engage in this type of things and those type of things there and stuff. It's typically those and stuff who understand, who knows that, well, okay, my business is being taken care of. But see, when you all emotional and stuff like that, you know, you're throwing everything into this said partnership because, you know, you're infatuated. You're infatuated. You're overwhelmed with emotion. And so, you know, when it comes to the real business side of things and stuff, you know, like in trucking, your trucking stuff is breaking down and stuff like that. And so instead of you know, you had the money to get the repairs and stuff done, but you figure like, well, I got to go and buy, I got to go buy, this stand keep falling down, y'all. Sorry about that. But I got to go buy myself into pleasing this person, right? So, you know, all your repair money and stuff is in places not where it's not supposed to be and stuff. And then on top of that, now you got to maintain that lifestyle because that's what you provided. That's what you provide and stuff. But you know, your business and stuff is suffering. You know, you see guys, you know, I see people out here all the time, man, especially in trucking. It's like, man, you know, stuff just bad for them. But you know, they got to maintain this facade or whatever and stuff. It's like, you know, their significant others and stuff. They over here driving luxury cars and stuff, and then they got $500,000 house and stuff, and then they got this truck. They got this truck that they bought for $3,000-4,000 and stuff, man. And then you know it's always, you know, they ain't even got no air conditioning stuff in it. You know, they out here hitting the road hard and stuff, and they ain't got no AC. You know what I'm saying? They running recap tires, and you know they running on mismatch recap tires and stuff like that. You know, trying to save money by doing their own stuff poorly. You know, that sort of thing there and stuff, because see, they are people that's wrapped up in emotion. They're people that's wrapped up in emotion. But then, you know, you look at the other side of things. Well, hey, my significant other, you know, um, they living high on the hog and stuff like that. They living in that nice house and that nice car and all this stuff here, and they consistent thing that's not bringing in any type of revenue and stuff, you know, to the house collectively, maybe to themselves. But you know, that's the thing there and stuff. If you lead with money, you're gonna have to follow with it. So You know, whatever you do, especially out here in trucking, man, you got to keep this thing on a bit. You got to keep it on a business aspect, and don't let nobody sway you into saying, well, okay, um, it's about love and fresh air and stuff. What's up, trucking with Blue Money? Um, yeah, just letting people sway you on, you know, that emotion, that love and fresh air and stuff, man. That don't do nothing. They don't get any kind of business and stuff done. Okay, what get the business and stuff done is doing things and stuff on a business perspective. They can't understand that and stuff. Tell them to move on. You know, tell them to move on and stuff. Because wherever they go, whoever they deal with is always going to be something about business. And the more fixated, the more that you understand the business aspect of things, then the more successful you're going to be in your endeavors. You know, you're going to be more successful in your endeavors and stuff because that's what it's about. Oh, well, um, you can hear all this stuff and they can say all these things about you. Oh, well, my parents and stuff, they weren't the best of parents. They didn't show me love and they didn't show me all this love and attentiveness and stuff in a world that's consistent on business. This is what they're doing. So you see, even with those stories and stuff that they're putting out there, they say, well, do you have a story? Do you have a story to talk about? Yeah, I do. I have a story to talk about and stuff. And so that story is about business. It's about making money. That's why I can write these books and these novels and stuff like that because, oh, well, you know, because if it was about love and attentiveness and stuff like that, then none of these things are necessary. But they need to hear the story, you know. They need to hear your story and stuff about how you was raised and stuff like that and everything. It's all business. It's all business. It ain't got nothing to do with emotion. Oh, well, um, my parents and stuff wasn't there for me like that. We didn't get to do all the things like what life's supposed to be consistent of, going to um, playing outdoors in the backyard and stuff like that and everything. No, shoot, dude, you're gonna have a backyard to play in. You're gonna have a house to live in. You're gonna have clothes on your back. You're gonna have food to eat. Those basic essentials there and stuff. And so, if there's time for anything else, then yeah. But when it comes to your children, you have to be the basic provider and stuff on that. And they're gonna say things and stuff that you're not. They're gonna say things and stuff. Um, they're gonna say things and stuff like that that's gonna hurt your feelings and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's about business. You know, just like I had to, I always use myself as an example. My children, right? My children and stuff like that. I told them, okay, you can stay at the house. I always use that example too and stuff. Yeah, you stay at the house, you don't pay any bills and stuff here. What you do is that now you fixate on all those things that you said you wanted to do. You want to travel internationally? Okay. You want to go to college? All this other stuff, yeah, go ahead and take care of these things now and stuff because life comes at you fast. And so they say, well, I'm not going to have children. I'm not going to have children and stuff like that. I said the same thing. I'm not going to have children, but yet I'm raising three. You know, I'm raising three and stuff. They're not my children biologically, but hey, life comes at you fast. And so, hey, when you got three children, you can't be talking about traveling internationally and all this other stuff here and seeing, okay, the wonders of the world and all that. Can't be doing that. So I say, one of the things that you can be doing now is, getting your passport and stuff and going out here and seeing the world for what it is because eventually you're going to get into a relationship. And when you get into a relationship, a lot of things that you were able to do, you're not because your situation changed. Your situation changed and stuff. You don't have to sit, when you're not paying rent, and stuff, hey, you're that much more money ahead of the game when you don't have your own light bill and stuff like that. Your own grocery bill, you're ahead of the game. So what's the purpose of working? Is what I say and stuff. Well, they want to work to have their own money. So you got your own money, you're able to go out there and do these things that you want to do. So it's about business. So they decided to say, well, they decided to say, well, because they never listen, they never listen and whatnot and stuff. So they didn't want to follow the rules. And the thing about business is that you got to follow the rules. Unfortunately, there are ways and stuff around it, but even if it you know, even if you're not going to follow the rules, you got to appear as though you're following the rules. You got to appear as though you're following the rules. And so there's still rules and stuff that you have to follow and stuff. And so, when you don't follow them and you get caught, then you have to take responsibility with your accountability. So I gave them the proposition of saying, well, okay, I'll let y'all come in as equal partners. I'll let you come in as equal partners and stuff because, see, you don't want to listen. You want to bite the hand that feeds you. And so, you could say, well, um, you guys are going to have to start kicking up to me. And so I took all the bills around and divided up by 3 and say, here's your portion. But with that portion, you now are coming in as a partner. So now I can listen to you about certain things and stuff that you're doing around here rather than you taking it upon yourself to say, okay, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So, of course, they say, well, no, I can't do that and stuff. I'm going to just go over here and get my own place. So I have to break it down and stuff to them again. Everywhere that you go, right? Everywhere that you go, even though you're mad at me emotionally because of what I'm saying, is that now you guys are going to start kicking up. All right, if you're doing things from a business aspect side, you would say, well, yeah, you know what? This would be the better way for me to go because I'm still doing whatever I want to do, right? It's now I have to start kicking up as opposed to going over here and get my own place and now have to kick up more money. Because if the goal, if the agenda is for you to do whatever it is that you want to do, taking accountability with responsibility, then, I'm letting you come in as an equal partner. But you didn't want to do that. So they say, I want to move out and stuff. So I break that science and stuff down to them there. Okay, you get your own place. That means you got to have this money for this money for that. And make sure your credit got to be straight in this aspect here. You got application fees and this, that, whatnot and stuff. And so you got to have this money right here. And obviously you must have it, right? Which they didn't. So I'm saying, what kind of sense did that make? What kind of sense did that make and stuff? It's not to say, oh, well, yeah, I love you and, I care about you and stuff. No, I'm throwing business at you because that's what it's about. You see what I'm saying? That's what your landlord that's what they're going to want. That's what the utility companies are going, they're not going to want any kind of explanations as to what's going on at the job and all this stuff here. The same excuses they give me, right? But see, I accept it because you don't have to pay anything. I'm just saying, get your butt in gear, right? While you have the opportunity, get your butt in gear and stuff, right? Stop biting the hand that feeds you and take advantage of the situation because it won't be a next time. And so, now they understand. Now they understand and stuff. It's like, oh, well, hey, look, we seen the business side and stuff of Rooster. He wasn't playing no games and stuff like that. I'm saying, I'm not going to be doing all the back and forth and all this stuff here. Everything that I do is going to be doing based upon business, to get you out of here if you don't agree. So, I brought those contracts and stuff to them. They signed them. We got them notarized and stuff like that. So, because I'm getting business people involved too and stuff. If they ever come up with those type of excuses again as to why they're not going to be doing this, that, or whatever and stuff, or, pretty much biting the hand that feeds them. All right, so let's see. Preacher said, that is what I said. You have people that will buy personal trucks for 45 to 50,000, then go out here and buy a semi truck and work for 15,000. Yep. Absolutely, Preacher. And Preacher, hey, listen, congratulations, man, for being back out there on OTR and stuff. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's a good thing or well, I guess that's a good thing for being, with your situation there and stuff, right? But I mean, anyway, congrats, man. Um, and so I want to speak on that too. Is that um, your business don't have to be your business doesn't have to be the biggest out there and stuff, right? It doesn't have to be the biggest out there. Just be the baddest out there. So if you buy a $15,000 truck, right? If you buy a $15,000 truck, then just make sure it runs refined. That's all I'm saying. Make sure it runs refined and stuff. I mean, hey, get it washed. Get it washed and stuff. If you go get tires, if you go get tires and everything and stuff, man, I mean, hey, get you a matching set. Get you a matching set and stuff. I mean, hey, look, it don't cost nothing to you know, get your truck polished and stuff. I mean, anything to bring it out and stuff. You don't have to have the biggest, just have the baddest out there. Like, look, hey, when I jump in this truck, man, shoot, hey, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. This thing gonna be doing exactly what it's gonna do and stuff, guys. I mean, um, like you could spend, like this truck here, $60,000 and stuff like that. $60,000 truck, and then I'm sitting over here, $14,000 upside down in one part. One part of the equipment, and you know, I guess what I'm saying is that spending money doesn't always define quality, so to speak. It doesn't always equate to quality or whatever. So, you know. Hold up, let's see what you say. I noticed this is not the year for one person to be paying all the household bills by themselves. It never is. And it never is and stuff, man. The thing is, look, you can do bad by yourself, right? You can do bad by yourself because the thing is, if you go get your own spot, if you go get your own spot and stuff, right? If you in there by yourself, then you control all the expenses and stuff in there. So see at the end, so when it's time to pay the bills, the only thing you gotta do is look at the mirror and say, well, you know what? Hey, I did this, I did that, I did this. And so anything that's in that house and stuff, that's yours. You did it. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. But when you go into a partnership, right, then hey, you got to be coming to the table. And you gotta be going, but you gotta be coming to the table and saying, "Hey, listen, okay, all right, you know, cause if I can do it all over again and stuff, that's what I would done." I'm like, cause when I was living by myself, right, there weren't no surprises. There weren't no surprises and stuff. As anything that came, there was no surprises. So that means that, you know, um, when I say, okay, I'm gonna pay my rent. I'm gonna go ahead and double up on my rent and stuff because I know next month I'm gonna be trying to do something and stuff as far as like, you know, I might be going on vacation for about 2 weeks and stuff. So let me go ahead and plan for the long road, right? I could be planning for the long road and stuff, and then um, no surprises come up. Okay, the type of groceries you're gonna need, um, the whole atmosphere, the whole ambiances and stuff like that. You're totally and completely in control of. But when you talking about somebody moving in, right? You talking about somebody moving in, that's a partnership. Unless it's agreed from the beginning, okay, you being here, and stuff, um, I'm gonna take care of everything. You don't worry about nothing. If that is understood, right, then you have nothing. Then you have nothing to say in the matter. But anytime you talking about somebody y'all living in the same house, that's a partnership right there. So you better know what type of partner stuff that you have because like I said, you might be good with your business, but the other person might not be. And every time you turn around, you got some last minute stuff coming up, like, you know, the bills coming to the house, but you don't know what the bills are, because what you depend on is, okay, I pay my bills based upon what I see, right? And so what I see comes through the mail, and when I go to the house, I'm looking in I'm looking in the mail that's addressed to me and stuff, and I open it up and say, okay, here's the bill right here. Let me go take care of this. But then when you getting home, now you can't find that thing that you supposed to be having your eye on, right? So now you got to start doing other things. You got to start doing other things in your business in order for you to run refined, for your business to run refined, which is now I got to, I got to go online and all this other stuff. I got to go online. I got to check these things out and stuff and so on and so forth. If you got a system and that system is refined, that's what you stick with. But, when you have a partner and you're telling them about this refined system that you're running, this motor that you're running that's supposed to be running refined, and then every time you turn around, um, there's always little troubles and stuff that's going on with it, little monkey wrenches in the game. Then see, that lets you know you got a bad partner. You got a bad partner. Let's see. Let's see. What you say? I need to go back to my mom's. It's got so bad here I had to give my girlfriend a 30-day notice to vacate. Well, hey, if that's what you gotta do for the sake of business, and stuff like that, hey, it is what it is, because like I said, that saying goes, you can always do, when they say you can do bad by yourself, it doesn't mean that you don't, you ain't gotta do bad by yourself. It just means that whatever you're gonna take care of, if you are by yourself doing it, right, then you are totally and completely in control of what you do. That's the complete aspect of it. That's the complete aspect of it. So you got to know what kind of partner you're going in with. Because they always talk, well, you should wait till, they talk about the fundamentals of marriage and stuff like that, because marriage, that's what it used to consist of. It was marriage is a partnership, but you got to know what kind of partner that you have. Like, all right, what are going to be my duties versus your duties? And when everybody has that understanding about that and stuff, then that's what you do. That's the plan. But then when people start deviating from the plan, that's when the divorce and stuff is necessary. That's when the decree of divorcement is necessary, because I'm like, I want to put an end to this partnership, because you're doing things other than what the plan is supposed to consist of. You always, your plan is to go out here and get a job and hold a job down, and then every time you turn around, oh man, this job ain't working out, I'm gonna go quit and go work somewhere else. And then meanwhile, the bills and stuff are due, and you coming in with empty hands, with empty fingers. Well, I had to do this job and stuff. I had to make this job change and stuff, instead of just buckling down and saying, well, look, all right, I'm gonna get what I gotta get right now, even though I don't like my situation, but I'm gonna work towards doing things better. But the first sign of trouble and stuff, oh well, I'm getting up out of here. Why? Because my partner got my back. They usually do. You know what I'm saying? So, you doing that and stuff on a consistent basis, and then you got somebody that's coming up that's looking at it, because people are always looking at you for some reason or another. Doesn't matter how private your life is, how secluded your life is, somebody always watching you. And the thing is, they're looking for the opportunity to pounce in and say, well, hey, you know what? Let me holler at you. I see how you taking care of this business here and stuff. Let me show you how to do things a little bit better. And like I said, if their presentation is on point, then people usually gonna go to it and stuff. That's man or woman. That's man or woman and stuff, man. So, don't sit there and isolate and say, well, okay, yeah, it's just the women and stuff. No, the men do the same thing. Women come up and they might turn you on some game and stuff. Hey, look at Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. That man was married. That man was married and stuff. Gabrielle Union, she had a chance and stuff to holler at D Wade and stuff like that. And D Wade at first, he wasn't handling his businesses and stuff like he was supposed to. But Gabrielle Union and stuff, she a person about business. That's what she always turn the D-Wade on and stuff. Okay, look, this is what you gotta do to make money. Okay? Sign up with this team right here and stuff. I'm gonna get you these endorsement deals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So when you got that type of partnership, you look at who he was married to. When they got that divorce and stuff like that, he wasn't talking about trying to break off with nothing. Like, hey, she can have the kids and all that stuff there. She told, no, you get custody of these kids and stuff. You break off with this bread because I can guarantee you and stuff that all this stuff gonna pay off. And so you look now, Dwayne Wade net worth is $150 million. $150 million. He got custody of his children and stuff like that, and business is taken care of like it's supposed to be taken care of. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I had a phone call and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and say this and I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I know I'm just going to get phone calls and stuff, even though I let people know I was going live. But to make a long story short and stuff, Dwayne Wade net worth is $150 million. His first wife, he broke off with $12 million. He broke off with $12 million and stuff like that, and now she broke. I don't know what Gabrielle Union's net worth is, but I mean, the thing is that, they got a combined partnership and stuff. And so, with that, neither one of them and stuff is jammed up on each other. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Dwayne Wade got more money than Gabrielle Union, but the thing is that they understand the partnership, right? They understand that partnership and stuff. Okay, he got money, she got money for herself and stuff, to take care of their business endeavors and stuff, and then the house is being taken, So, when you're dealing with stuff like that on a business aspect, right? And, it's kind of hard to sit there and say, well, yeah, I'm going to go out here and mess around, right? I'm going to go out here and mess around and stuff like that, cause, hey, you got a person that's around you about business. And when you focus and fixate on business, it's kind of hard for you to fixate on anything else. So, hey, listen, fellas, that's my time and stuff like that. I'm gonna go and jump on off here. Same thing. You got any questions? If you got any questions, comments, and stuff, leave them on the page and stuff like that. Text me first. Let me know who you are. Let me know what the subject matter is and stuff like that. And we'll go ahead and go and construct the dialogue. So with that being said, it's your man here, one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling as always, continue to do your research, fact finding studies. Honest on your skills every day. Until next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.